kiss it and scratch it and call it George. You should not do this. And there are a few reasons why. First, I'm going to quietly ask them questions. And then, if they're willing to give the answer, I'm going to tell them this right now.
You can't ask that.
What we have up here, they're not costumes, these are works of art. This is artwork that you wear. Artwork can cost a lot of money. Our lovely poison ivy here, for example, is a piece of artwork that costs 700 euros.
The ivy is not the cube.
Yes. Here. That lion is worth 1,500 euros. My beloved French dragon over here that I've been trying to get upstairs for years. That dragon is worth 2,400 euros. We have other works of art here that may cost 5,000 or 7,000 or maybe even 10,000 euros. Now, if you approach one of these with a big cup of coffee, or red wine, you'll see the problem.
I'm a big fan.
Please respect the suits. The first item of etiquette, it is art, just like a museum. You do not touch the suit unless you are given permission. Here's the right way to do it. You are so pretty. May I? May I give you a rub on the tummy? It's just joking. Can I have a hug too? Can I have a hug? Yes, you're so small. What is the universal gesture, the hug me gesture? Persons want a hug. What do persons do? They do this. You want a hug? Yay! You can give them a hug. This is the wrong way to do it. Oh, it's a lion. I'm going to scratch him. Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm eating Cheetos. Hook that. One thing, people, it's a natural thing. You do want to scratch at the bird. Don't do that, because it will come out, and it doesn't grow back.
Not everyone.
Yes. So you do not want to damage a 2,400 euro suit.
See? Lost.
If you've got chocolate on your hands, or Cheeto dust, or something, or if you tend to drool, always ask permission. Can I give you tummy rubs? Can I give you a tummy rub?
Be careful with this one.
Oh, yes. It is very bad form to touch a fursuit on the chest.
That's it.
Because you don't know who's in there. You never touch a stop it. Never touch a fursuit on the chest unless you know 100% who that is. You may not know 100% because every once in a while somebody will sneak into a different fursuit just to screw with people. The next time, we're going to talk about vision. You see, it is so easy that they're creating the illusion that these creatures are real. You have a tendency to want to treat them the way you would treat a person. So you see this wonderful creature here, it's like, oh boy, a dragon, yay! I've just injured his spine. Oh, they laugh. That's happened. We have had fursuiters very seriously injured by someone coming up and jumping on them trying to show affection. Don't do that, because the suit costs 2,400 euros. The spine is priceless. It can be very difficult to replace, unless you're in my business.
If you have it.
If you have one. I know, some people, they never. remember, we're going to talk about fursuit vision. Step to the front of the stage. Okay, what's going to happen is Dari and I, we're going to take our hands, we're going to come from behind, and we're going to bring our hands in, and you are going to hold up your hand or paw or whatever you've got when you can see our hands at each side coming in. Okay, ready?
Let's try to do both.
What are you going to try? Oh, we're going to try it. Yeah. Okay, hold still, hold still. There we are. Come on. King of the world. Ready? Okay, hold your palm up when you can see my hand come into your vision. Wow. Oh, okay, yeah. This dragon's field of vision. He cannot see me right now. I am completely invisible, so I could be doing just about anything, and he cannot see. So please be aware. Please be aware if you're interacting with a fursuit. If you're standing here, this fursuit cannot see you. Do not get in the person's way if he's walking. Give them room. Try to give them like at least 1.5 meters around them. So if he suddenly starts doing that, he will not trip on you. You will not bump into him with your Cheetos and your red wine, which would be bad.
And if you approach them and want their contact, don't come from behind.
Yes. Do not approach from behind. Come to the front. Do this sort of thing. Hello, hello. Oh, yes, hi. It is also considered polite. If you see, okay, all right, we can have a photo. If you want to take a fursuiter's photo, you should ask. This is, come along, whatever you take. Okay. And now, remember, okay, photo up. Yeah.
Just a moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Storage windows need to be moved.
Yeah, this is, my back is hurting. They're getting very tired. Yeah. Please, try to at least know how your camera works. Oh, and you should always ask, just like with touching them, you do not go up and put a camera with a powerful flash in the fursuiter's face and say, photo! I see people do that. Ordinarily, I have a camera with me, so I do it to just Jack. Okay. Now, what was wrong with that? What? They're out having fun. Why can't I have them stand there for 20 minutes while my phone reboots? Why do you think?
Quite cold inside.
Out here it's cold. These suits are hot. This one, for example, is very hot. As an experiment, a friend of mine took a thermocouple and put it inside a fursuit head and put the fursuit head on with his fursuit. It took 60 seconds for the temperature inside to reach 44 degrees Celsius. These things can be extremely warm. They can be difficult to wear. They don't breathe well. So they're out here having fun, but they have a certain limitation to how long they can be out. Now, some of the suits, the more expensive ones, have cooling systems and fans and things like that. Some do not. If you spend $2,400 on a suit, you know, and you can't afford to put a fan inside, because you spent all your money on the suit. Yay! So, please be aware that these suits, keep an eye at the time, don't make it overtime. These sutures inside, at some point, yeah. Oh, we had one drop, didn't we?
Someone's a little bit warm.
That one's a little bit warm. Is it breathing?
Okay. No, but it's cute. like happy jump.
No.
He's no German, he's dead.
Okay, we're having fun up here and it's looking like a giggle, but this has happened. We see this happy, smiley fursuiter like sitting in a chair or lying on the floor staring at the ceiling, and it's adorable. We have had people lose consciousness because of the heat. Now, why do they not just take off the head? That's bad form. They don't like to take off the heads in public. They are creating this illusion. They don't like to break the illusion, ruin the magic, as we say. So, fursuiters may be in distress. Their bodies are telling them, we've had enough. And they want to go somewhere where they can take their head off. There is a universal gesture that fursuiters use that means, I am overheated. We'll get to that in a moment. A universal gesture that fursuiters show to say, I am overheated, and that gesture is that there. Yep, it is universal. Doesn't matter. No. This one. No, that means something else.
I thought it was French.
Yeah. If a fursuiter is in distress, you can help them out. You can ask them, are you okay? Can I help you? If they're at the lift and they're fanning themselves or they're leaning against the wall like this, let them get into the lift first. Help them to the little oasis or to the fursuit lounge. Because if this fursuiter passes out on the floor, not only is it cute, okay, if we cannot wake him up, this is a genuine medical emergency. And that's what they will do.
No, this is not my fetish.
No. This is an emergency. This man is dying. We do not have the time to carefully unzip the suit. They are going to have to cut him out of it. So, all of a sudden he feels better, doesn't he? Yep. So, if a fursuiter is overheated, help them out. Okay, so what have we covered? They can't see very well. They can easily get overheated. They do require space around them. If you see them coming toward an obstacle, step forward, please. Walk forward. Keep walking. Stop! You can do that. He may not see these steps. Fursuiters actually fairly commonly will trip over things or not see steps.
You remember his field of view was very narrow. But
Yes.
Imagine from top and bottom.
Yep.
Let's do the same test again, but from the top to bottom.
Wow. It's it. Yep.
Both?
No.
Only one? Lower?
He sees the top. Okay, where's the bottom? Wow. So, this field of view. Bear, he can try. Can you see the cameraman down there? He cannot. Okay, he cannot see the cameraman. Now imagine if a small child, 2 to 3, is running up to the If a small child is running up, you can easily tell the fursuiter in English or whatever language comes to your mind. You can say, "Yeah, drag it. Look down." Yes, so he will notice that there is a small child. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have had a dragon. Something fluffy like a lion who's just going to eat the thing. Help the fursuiters out. Realize they cannot see. Make sure, because they are here to entertain. They're not only having fun, they're here for your benefit as well. They are what make a furry convention the visual spectacle that it is. All right, Any questions about fursuits or anything fursuiters we should cover that we have not? I'm totally pissing off the cameraman right now. Yes, you have a question.
Do they always cut you out when you're overheated?
Do they always cut you out? If you are conscious, they will try to get you somewhere, but if you are unconscious, they are going to cut you out of the suit because they cannot take the risk that you might be dying.
No.
So if you see a fursuiter, and I remember, for example, a number of years ago, there was a fursuiter. Actually, sit down on the stairs. Just sit down. Just wait. And this fursuiter was kind of leaning back in a chair, and I saw that his chest was heaving. He didn't really look like he was breathing normally. And I went up to him, yeah, just like that. I went up to him and I said, "Are you okay?" And he looked around, he didn't see me, so I had to say, "Hello, are you okay?" And he said to me, I'm very, feeling very warm." And I said, "Well, can I?" Say warm, not hot. I said, "Can I get you some water?" And he said, "Well, my nozzle only opens this far. I can't." Okay, well, all right. Well, I had a brilliant idea. I would go and get an ice cube. And I would say, "Okay, lean your head back, right? Okay." And I was like slam dunk the ice cube into his mouth, like suck on the ice cube and get cool and water. Well, I was never good at basketball. It bounced off his chin and went down here. That was the origin of the fursuit dance competition. Oh, this is interesting. Some fursuiters have this. This is the camelback. It is a portable water supply invented by the United States military for, well, we won't go into the reasons why. Because our boys still like to play in the sandbox. Yeah, that really wows them in my country. There are other countries like it. Okay, any other things, questions about fursuits that you should know? Yes, in the corner, yellow.
Why do blue fursuit dragons stomp small children?
Because he's French. Okay, here's a dragon. Dragons are destructive, cruel creatures. That's what they do.
No, that's French.
Am I not correct? And he's French. Other questions? Oh, I saw that. He's saying is easy not so fair. Other questions for our fursuiters before I let? Oh yes.
Are there other signs that fursuiters may use?
Other signs fursuiters? Are there other signs other than that one? Just made other signs that fursuiters might use to try to communicate something. Oh, what? How about? Oh, I'm going to come up and hug the lion. I'm going to hug. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, this one, universal gesture. They'll talk to the paw. That's another one. That's another one too. Okay. What? Who did you get this guy? From France.
I have seen this one, which I presume means I want to go through. Like,
Oh, yeah, you're correct. If the fursuiter is, no, that is the I'm going to beat you up kung fu style. A fursuiter, you want to get through a crowd. You're kind of doing this sort of thing when you call. So please, make some room for me. I am overheated trying to get to my room. Can you make some room for me, please? They're not saying I want you to go to the pool and dive in. They're saying, that's, I want to go to the pool and dive in. That's that. Okay. Yes? Oh yes, some of us have very, wow, large and awkward paws, and it is difficult to walk. Do not get in the way. Do not put your backpack down. Okay, we should probably now let our fursuiter sit down, because I imagine unless Dodger wants to stay. I don't know, if you want to stay, you may, but I'm sure you're getting very well.
If you behave, not let him cuff you.
If you cuff him, I get you fired. Okay. All right, we have covered fursuits. We have covered the 621 rule. how to stay healthy and happy. The security gentleman, you will notice you have a standards of conduct, don't you? Where do you find those rules?
In the company.